Well, 3 years ago, I was looking online and my car addiction kicked in, and I saw this 924S for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And it just happened to say in there, interested in Second Amendment trade, let me know. And I wrote to the guy. I've got several guns and I need to do a background check on them, everything checked out. And I traded the Springfield Armory M1A for this non-running 1987 Porsche 924S. Now, if you know anything about the 924Ss, in 85 they quit making them and they had moved on. And by the way, I had this grand idea of how I was going to make it crazy looking. You know, me with all my cars thinking about, all these designs I've done. What can I do on this? So I got this thing home, and I'll tell you more about the background on it. I grabbed the mad scientist. I go over to his shop, and he's working on a bunch of stuff. And I say, hey, check this thing out. Let's take a look at it. And as I'm over there, we fired it up, and of course, it's leaking fuel, and it's not running right. And we go through, we look at the fuse box, and, what are we going to do with this thing? And I'm still thinking, shit, what do we do with this? So I dig into the electricals, start messing around with a bunch of stuff, troubleshoot a little bit of things, and figure out that it's got a bad ECU. So I get an ECU in it, get it running, and then call up Elliot Grafton. I'm like, hey, I don't like these phone dials. You got some other wheels? He's like, yeah, I got those. I'm like, oh, what do we do with the interior? I saw these Porsche doors online in Chicago, and I'm like, oh, well, gotta have them. So wrong fit, I got them anyways and went to work on the electrics again. The windows weren't working, so I took apart the window switches. They're a pain in the ass, by the way. Get those put together, test it out, try to do everything I can to get these things working. And I'm just chasing electrical garments the whole time. I get up and running, and I'm like, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and redo the interior of this thing. So I order a brand new factory dash, and I start taking these seats apart. Man, they're rusty. Like really bad rusty. Start cleaning everything up. And by the way, you can't find replacement seat rails. I checked everywhere. Everything was worse than mine. So I'm like, okay, may as well rehab these. And again, thanks to Elliot Grafton 944 Barn for talking me through this, giving me the courage. I get all the Porsche stuff shipped from the UK, all the seat covers front and rear, and start cleaning up these the metal pieces. And here's the finished product. I've got a whole video out there on doing these, and start getting this together, little by little. Get the seats in it and messing with it. I'm like, oh man, this thing looks cool. So I go out and pull the drone out, get a few pictures and videos, and it's a great car at 30 feet. But when you get right up on it, it was in pretty rough shape. It had a lot of little dents and dings and body damage and stuff, and it still wasn't running 100% right. But I'm like, screw it, let's get the interior done. So on we go, take these seats apart, get all the metal work done, and get that stuff done. And they get my son to come over, and we got a brand new factory dash. We're ripping this old one out. We're like, let's get this shit out of here. So we pull it out. That goes in the trash. We get the new factory one set up. I'm like, oh, well, I got to do CarPlay. I got to do a stereo. And my son's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. You wear me out all the time. So on we go with the dash out to get a plastic weld kit. There's so many cracks in this thing, it's not funny. So we get painted up, all fixed up. And then here's a new glove box I got from Elliot. I cleaned up the thing there, and of course, shit, I got all these projects. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to dive back into this thing, and I start working on getting the dents taken out. I get my PDR guy to come over and say, maybe I can do this thing without having to worry about all the body work and everything. And he's a super guy, very reasonable. He digs in. He's like, Frank, it's not going to work, but not to worry because the interior is almost done. I got all the seats in. I got the brand new factory dash in. And you'll see I dig in here on suspension and replace the shocks because they're a mess. And I'm like, oh, I found a bolt in there. The car wanted to be green, so I buy this Porsche emblem. And Brian comes over. He's like, man, let's take a look at this thing. So we pull the fuse box, out a little bit. He's like, dude, this thing's rotten. Like, look at this thing. It looks like shit. Let's get this thing out of the car. I mean, it's absolutely awful. Nothing's going to work. What are you thinking? I'm like, no, come on. So he pulls the thing out. Of course, I'm there, just cringing, but the mad scientist knows what he's doing. And look at this thing. I mean, it just falls apart in his hand. No electrical connections were being made. So, a few dollars later, 944 Barn, I get one shipped to me, have it a couple days later. New relays, the whole 9 yards. This thing just beautiful clean. So I take everything apart, plug everything in, put new fuses in this thing, new relays, and drop it in the car. We go for a ride. And damn, everything just works. I mean, it's crazy. So they just run a little bit, rich. So we hop in, take the AFM apart. I saw this online. And before I put the gauges in, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? These things are rusty. Got to clean them up, paint them anyway. So I tried yellow. It looked like shit. Tried orange. Still looks like shit, but I kind of went with it. And then, okay, well, we've got to do the stereo. So I found some focals online. I gave this guy a bad review. It's my fault, not his. We get the CarPlay unit, get this thing all plaster welded up, get everything together, tested it, and then we get everything back together. Notice the door cards, those aren't the correct door cards, so I have extra Porsche material. I ripped the ones out of the car. I put some new speakers in the car, so I got good stereo throughout. That's a big thing for me. While I'm working on the air conditioning, get that working. That's the second big thing for me. It's a whole nother story. And we did a bunch of this car. Pulled the transaxle out, did some cleanup on that, new seals painted. You'll see that here in a second. But we got the new Porsche door cards in, proper Porsche. I messed up on the left one, but I figured out how to clean some of this stuff up. And you learn it as you go along, not a big deal. But we got that, we moved on, and then the rest is just getting the stereo installed, all the wiring done. And then I pulled the back seat out. I'm like, okay, let's get this damn back seat done. In the midst of this, I was like, hey, I've got a full cage for this car. You want it? I'm like, yeah, why not? So I grabbed the cage. I powder coated half of it white. And you'll see when I get these rear seats done, and golly, these things are not easy to do, but anybody can do it if I can do it. We get this thing put back together and get the rear seats in. And then I get to mounting the roll bar after I got it powder coated white. So the Panda's coming together. And then I'm still thinking to myself, what the hell are we going to do with this thing, right? You always have these visions for the cars, these ideas, but truth be known, I'm kind of loving this thing, right? It's like coming together, drives good to get through all the electrical, and then the starter craps out. So I have to get a new starter, no big deal, get that, installed it. These are easy. While I'm in there, I go ahead and make sure I change the slave cylinder out, and then I start to get to working on the body parts. And you'll see the front piece was just damaged. These other ones are non-bent. I got these from Elliott as well. Oh yeah, and then of course, I got to get the air conditioning taken care of and that working. And we did. And then I went through, I needed to change out all the struts all the way around the car. So I did that, painted the calipers. Had the family hanging out while I'm doing some of this stuff. I love it when friends and the kids come hang out and just talk to me while I'm doing it. So here you go. The interior is all back together finally. Get this stuff done, and it's like, okay, well, let's go drive it around again. Hell yeah, having a great time. Just enjoying the car now that it's running, and I start my hand-up body work. And let's just say I'm not good body work. I tried. I gave it the old schoolboy try, welding and everything. Oh yeah, by the way, ended up having to do some additional tweaking. I did a tune-up on this. I pulled the plugs, changed plug wires, all that stuff, just to make sure we're getting the best optimal running out of it. I bought a vacuum kit to replace all the hoses. I haven't done that yet. That's next on the agenda. But we'll get to that. I'm like, you know what? Let's get this rear thing hatch off of here. I don't like the 924 hatch. I like the whale tail on the 944. I call Elliott up. This one's leaking anyways. Like, yeah, I've got one for you. I'll bring it down. So Elliott's driving by a couple weeks later, and I pay him a little bit extra for his gas, and swap this out and put a 944 rear deck on this. Clean everything up. I got Dynamat on the inside of this to quiet it up a little bit. And there's a transaxle back in. You can see the exhaust is just rotten. So I get a new exhaust for it, and I'm trying my hand at body work, and I think I was doing okay, truth be known, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not that great at this. And I'm driving it around. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, this thing's an eyesore. My wife won't ride in it. And you know me, I'm laying awake at night, and I just happened to stumble across a Facebook marketplace ad. And it's like British Racing Green, $1,900. I'm like, what? It's got to be single stage, right? And I talked to him, just a pain. He's like, yeah, but we can do body work and everything else. So this is Augustino. I went out and met with him, shot him pictures of the car. Super, super, super nice guy. They're over in Marietta, Georgia, Elite Auto Body Repair Shop. And I went out there, we sat down, they did some spray outs for me. I knew the car wanted to be green, but I couldn't do green. I needed to do blue. If you know the FIM blue colors, then you know this is the French color. So I was kind of going back and forth, and the light was too light, but the dark was just perfect Bugatti blue. If you know that Bugatti blue, it sang to me. I had to do it. People are going to yell at me and go, no, it's not Bugatti blue, it's Bugatti blue. I can post a picture here later for you. But here you go. Here's the car. Here's my spray outs. I kept everybody guessing on what we were going to do. And you can see they just disassembled this car complete. They did the door jambs. They did everything. Just an amazing job. Quality work. They took their time. By the way, they could not get the rear hatch off. They were freaking out when I showed up. I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. We figured it out. We got it all back together. And this is the final product. And I think it looks amazing. We've got the bottom Porsche stripe that we're going to do. I took the drone back and I'm like, you know what? Let's take a look at this thing, right? I had it out there when it was black, and it was a great, 30-foot car, but now it is an up-close car. They just did an amazing job. It's a labor of love. It's an addiction. I don't know what to say, but this thing, other than the Porsche rocker decals that I'm going to do and the 924 stuff on the back, the engine stuff, this car for the most part is done. So, that's all we got for this video. Thank you for following the channel. If you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe, share this far and wide. My addiction only stops at cars. Have a great day.